Football. For fans, it's following your team up and down the country. It's 90 minutes of enjoyment, or sometimes it's 90 minutes of pain and frustration. However, football isn't just 22 players running around a pitch. It's more than that. It runs deeper. How many times do we sit back and think about the value of staff at our clubs? Those who work tirelessly, regardless of the results, to keep the club ticking. This documentary goes behind the scenes at the Memorial Stadium, home to Bristol Rovers in the heart of Bristol. It's a ground with character, passion and loyal fans, but do the supporters of this club know the sheer importance of the staff that work here day and night? Here at the Mem, every member of staff plays a part. Whether it's the media team keeping fans connected, the administrators keeping the club operating smoothly, or even the supporters club selling memorabilia so the famous blue and white shines around the ground. In this documentary, I'll be showing a side to Bristol Rovers you've never seen before. This is Rovers Revealed. For many football clubs, social media is the beating heart. It helps fans stay engaged and follow the team day to day. Here at Bristol Rovers, Mitch Wadden, the head of media, has built a team just 8 months into his new role since moving from boyhood club West Ham. Harry Tizard and Ben Snow are crucial operators for Rovers, carrying out important duties like post-match interviews, updating the Twitter throughout the game, or even creating content afterwards. For Mitch, the pair are paramount to the club's social success.
Ben was already working with the club as a freelancer, but I was very keen to bring Ben in full-time, having seen his talents and his skill set. We recruited Harry through normal application process, and he was a standout candidate. What really stood out with Harry was his enthusiasm and passion for football and his willingness to go the extra mile, and that's what put him ahead of even some people that have worked in football clubs for years prior. So we've got a really fantastic, young, hungry team of people here, and they really see the potential in Bristol Rovers and the work that we can do behind the scenes. And that's a really infusing atmosphere to be a part of. With that youth comes creativity and innovation and the desire to prove oneself. And I think when there's a certain age that, as a young professional, particularly in media, that you can't ever replicate that desire to prove oneself, and I'm really eager to see where that can take each of the people in this team.
Bristol Rovers are a club currently sitting middle of the pack in League One. With this status, there's much upkeep to be had, and it's staff such as stewards, chefs and the facility team who have all been crucial to keeping this club stable. For Mitch, he couldn't be prouder of the work they do.
They are the boots on the ground. They are the people that see everything, that know everything, and they are the people really grafting to make this football club everything it should be and more. There's all these members of staff that work at the club who keep us running, and maybe they're the people that don't get any credit but are called on the most when they're needed. You recognise when you haven't got them, and they deserve every plaudit and more for the work they do. We're in the midst of winter now. We had a night game on Tuesday evening, and it was blooming freezing and it was raining, and these people are still there doing their jobs, making sure the plug sockets are working in the media zone, that the TVs are on, that the toilets and urinals are clean and ready to be used. And I've got so much respect for those people because they always show up and they do a fantastic job.
While the media team is crucial to success at Rovers here at the Memorial Stadium, so is the admin, and at Rovers head of administration is John Stanley, and to me he described his role as moving important bits of paper around a table, but we all know it's just so much more than that. After just 2 months, John is enjoying learning what it means to be Bristol Rovers.
One of the things that I love about Rovers is the theatre of that Thatcher's End. You've got 3,500 people on a terrace in League One screaming for their players to do better. The team here is really, really good. So I report into George Friend, the director of football. He's very intelligent. He knows what he wants to do with players on the pitch, with the infrastructure around what helps build a football team. So whether that's your coaching staff, whether it's your performance staff, your strength and conditioning, your medical, whether it's the infrastructure at your training grounds, so your training pitches, he knows what he wants out of it.
John Stanley's a man that's seen it all at professional level. After flying his CV everywhere at the age of 24, John landed at the FA, where he specialised in player permits. A move to Brighton saw him into the eventual club secretary role, followed by some administration work at AFC Wimbledon too. Now, he's what he calls the in-house fun police at the Gas.
I get to the training ground about 8 o'clock most days. Most days won't leave until kind of 6, 7 o'clock. And then you've got your Saturday match days. and then debriefs on Sundays. So it can be 7 days a week. You can find yourself very easily having worked a month without having had a single day off. But it's part and parcel of working in football. You don't work within football and not understand that that's going to be the case.
Over the next 18 months, Rovers is entering a new era. Hussein Al Said is taking full ownership of the club, acquiring Wael Cardi's current 45% stake. Al Said is said to be looking forward to the future, with ambitious plans both on and off the pitch. But with John only being at Rovers 2 months, he was keen to highlight just how welcoming the board have been.
The chairman, Abdul Latif Khalid, all of the board, they've been incredibly supportive of the new kind of infrastructure or the new executive team that they've put in place. So yeah, certainly haven't been alone. It's a real team effort here.
Without administrators like John, key components to a football club just wouldn't exist. But there's one more part to Bristol Rovers that I wanted to highlight in this documentary.
Janet Wooster, I've been on the committee 41 years, one of the oldest ones now. And I started off selling programmes in the pouring rain. And now we've got a cabin now, so I work in there now. So I'm not getting wet anymore and that, but I've been doing different things for years. I'm a social on the committee. I arrange Christmas meals. At the moment it's not too good really. We have one good day match and then next one isn't so good and then it's like that, but still follow them. I should always follow them, probably till I die, you know.
A football club is more than just the players on the pitch. At Bristol Rovers, it's the unseen staff that drive this club forward, and every member is valued. Together, it's those members of staff that help create the unforgettable moments that make this club truly special.